Okay, guys, well, hey, welcome. It's Erin Postal here, and I'm with some of our teammates, and today we're going to be training on laying the foundation. So all of you have raised your hand that you want to create some income with Isagenix, whether you want to get your products paid for, you want to make a couple $100 a month, or you want to make a couple $1,000s a month. Whatever level you're playing at, it's kind of the same deal. How you start this business is going to be the same, no matter what level you're playing at. And so we're going to talk a little bit today about how do you lay the foundation for you for growing your business and growing your income. And then when people come to you, even if they want to get their products paid for, or even if they're just customers to start with, how you lay a good foundation for them. Okay? So I'm going to get you, Laura, to unmute because you're going to be teaching this with me. So I'm just going to get you, Laura, to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your Isagenix journey, and I'm going to pull up our first sheet.
Yeah, thank you, Erin. So my name's Laura Hallett. I'm currently based in the UK. I am a Isabody Grand Prize winner. So I was the first UK Isabody winner in the UK. So I am here to share a wealth of knowledge on obviously not only a transformation physically, but also how that's helped to build a business with Isagenix as well. So I'm being on these training to share my tips as well, and hopefully we can work together and learn from each other.
Awesome, guys. Okay, I'm just going to be pulling up our new member checklist here. When you bring somebody into Isagenix, here's the deal, guys. We live in a time where we have to stand out. We have to stand out from Amazon. We have to stand out from people shopping online, right? We need to be different. So how can you be different than somebody just going into a grocery store or Amazon and buying a weight loss product or a health product? Well, first of all, our products are superior. They are, world-class products. So that's number one. So Isagenix takes care of that, but your job is to really take care of your customers. I can tell you that the foundation, when I launch someone with all the steps in place, those people, some of them have been with me for 8 years. Now there's the odd time I'll enroll someone when I'm away, I'm traveling, and I haven't spent the time up front, and those people are gone in a month. I never hear from them again. So if you want to have a lot of retention in your business and you really want to serve people well and really make a difference, how you launch them is going to be really important. So, okie dokie, here's my new member checklist. It's just pulling up. Sorry, guys. My internet has decided to be slow. So what you can do, Laura, you don't have that up there, do you? Why is it saying I have no internet? I apologize.
Can I share my screen?
Yeah, I'm going to get you to share your screen if you have it there. The new member checklist. So guys, all of these resources are going to be below this unit. Maybe it's the Isagenix site that's not working. I have it right here. Okay. All right, so guys, when you bring somebody into Isagenix, the first thing that you're going to want to do is print off this new member checklist. And I'm kind of old school. I like binders, but you don't have to use a binder. But if you print one of these off for all of your people, you put down their name, their phone number, when they ordered, and if they're going to be on auto ship, when you put them on auto ship. Here are the steps if you guys want to have amazing retention. You want to send a welcome email, right? You want to include all the things like the Isabody link, a link to the back office, right? You want to put a link in there to your social media group. For most of us, it's going to be the Power to Transform. There's an amazing website. It's called welcome-to-isagenix.com. That website, guys, when I'm on the phone with someone and they've just bought their pack, Diane, while you're waiting, go to welcome-to-isagenix.com, right? So we have all these resources available and the Isabody challenge. What I like to do is have people take their pictures and send me their before picture. I will stamp the date for them, right? And send them their pictures back. Then I know that they've joined the Isabody challenge. And the other big thing, guys, is our Isa Life app. The IsaLife app, people who use the IsaLife app tend to have a higher retention. It's really easy for them to order, to track their food, all sorts of things. And you can coach them through the app. So make sure that people are downloading the IsaLife app, right? And then usually what I do is when I meet with someone, I'll ask them, okay, for example, let's role play this. I'll do it with Laura. I'll say, Laura, okay, let's go back to, 2 years ago when you joined, Laura, what were your product goals?
So weight loss was the number one. I had put on quite a lot of weight and I was looking to lose that, but also at the same time start to feel better in myself. So the ideal weight loss for me would have been 2 stone, which is 28 pounds, and then just have that overall feeling of energy back.
Awesome. So now I know that she wants to lose 28 pounds. So when things are going sideways for Laura, when she doesn't feel like sticking to it, I can say, Laura, remember the 28 pounds. We're going to do this, right? And what is your driving reason? So I would get into these questions with Laura. What will your life look like when you reach this goal? So we go through these questions with your people. You don't have to be a counselor. You don't have to be a wizard, but follow these questions. And here's the thing. What you do, they will do. Let's imagine if every one of your people that you bring in, when they share with someone, if they walk them through this, what would your business look like? Right? It would look amazing. And then I would say, well, what are your goals, Laura? Like, do you want to just be a customer? You want to just share products? Because if you do, that's great. You can send them to me. You can be a casual sharer, like earn some free products, or you can earn some money. Where do you see yourself, Laura? 1, 2, or 3 here?
So at the beginning, it was 3. And this is why it's really important to ask those questions, because I think if you hadn't have asked me that, Erin, I probably would have just become a product user. So it is really key to get into those, find out the goals and the reason behind them, because, that is a real driver to them, people wanting to know more and understand more. And then people will then take the time to look into it further.
I love it. And have you guys ever had this problem? Have you ever had that fear like, oh my God, what if they say they want to make money? Now what do I do with them? Or, oh, they want to get their products paid for. What do I do now? Right? You don't need to know what to do because it's right here. If they're a customer, awesome. Are you curious? Do you want to learn a little bit more about that? If they say no, thank you. All right. If they want to get their products paid for, you can take them to isagenixbusiness.com. Okay. So if they are a casual sharer, like with Laura, I would talk to her about these questions. I would ask her about what she does for a living. What does your ideal life look like? Go through these questions with your people. I promise you, when was the last time most people had someone ask them these kinds of questions? Like, what's your ideal life going to look like? What's that going to feel like? How committed are you? All right, well, let's make a list of your top 10 people that might be interested in doing this with you. Okay? Going through these questions with your potential business builders, guys, is life-changing. There's even some questions here. Who do you know that lives internationally? That's how I enrolled Laura and Daz, right? Who do you know in England? Who do you know in Spain? Who do you know in Mexico, Colombia, Australia, right? And then we want to talk about the events. What are some events that you could potentially go to? This form is key, guys, to your success in launching your business. Does anyone have any questions about this new member checklist? Does anyone here really committed? Like, have you done this with any of your people? Anybody here? Okay. Do you think that this would make a difference in your business and with your customers using this new member checklist? Do you think you'd feel more organized, right? To have their name, right? And when their auto ship is and all that stuff? Amazing. And you could be the best coach on earth, but your people need to be able to duplicate what you do. I mean, I used to coach people and mindset coach them, which is awesome, but a lot of people can't duplicate that, but people can duplicate this. So that's really, really important why we do this. So that's your new member checklist. That is available at isagenixbusiness.com under the Start Here button, but we will have it available right below this unit as a PDF for you guys. So that's my challenge for you. The first step that I'm going to ask you to do, if you're ready to run, is go back and you can reach out to some people that you've launched in the last couple months and say, hey, I missed a few things. Can I just walk you through this new member checklist with you? Okay. And what I would do, make sure this welcome call right here, schedule a welcome call. That's with your upline. So Carolyn, I know, has recently enrolled a couple people and she's put them in a Facebook message with me. So she can introduce them to me. And then I can go in there and wish them well and answer questions and know that they're part of a team. And that's exactly what Wendy and Shannon did with me when I got started. Sorry guys, my internet just died.
The next training is, oh, Erin.
Yeah, go keep going, Laura.
Yep. So we were going to take you onto the next, well, it's still part of the training one, but it was just looking deeper into the new members checklist, people's goals, and just really driving that little bit deeper just to understand, as I said earlier, with Erin asking me those questions, it led on to me then wanting to do this as a business. So what's really important is kind of driving deeper in an emotional level with your customers. So there's a form which we've put together which is called the WOOP. So it's a WOOP, and basically the WOOP stands for your wish, your outcome, your obstacles, and your plan. So what we'll do is we'll take you through this, and this is something that you can use yourself with your sponsor, and also then can be duplicatable throughout your team. So the W is for wish, and basically this is what your wish would be. So if there was if nothing was an obstacle for you, or if you could lay out everything in front of you, it would basically be what is important to you in order for that wish to be achieved. So for example, I'll give you an example of that, what your biggest wish could be. So if at this moment in time you're working a 9-to-5 corporate job and you're feeling as if you're stuck, would it be possibly that you could earn enough money through sharing Isagenix that you'd actually be able to retire yourself from that job? This is something that would be on an emotional level, because it would actually go deeper than with the individual. For me, it would be so that I could spend more time with my family, so I could be more present as a mum, so I could go to all of the school trips, never miss anything again. So really emotional why there, and your wish. So again, it should be challenging enough so that you feel that it is something that you can push yourself, but also not too far out of your reach, so it's feasible. And then what the outcome would be. So what would be the
one more thing, the 5 whys, don't forget the 5 whys. It's really important in the WOOP, right?
Mm-hmm.
Keep digging below that first wish. Like if Laura just said she wanted to work from home, why is that important? Why is that important? Why is that important? And we got down to the core issue, right? Which is that time. So just put in brackets 5 whys. If you want to peel the onion on their wish, you will get them to cry, right? Cicely, she had a why, which was to open up and to have foster kids. Why was that important? Why was that important? And after 3 or 4 whys, she was in tears. And that was her big wish, right? Was making a difference in the lives of these kids. She says she just has so much love inside of her that she has to pour it into someone. So it started up here and then it got down to that. And that is what's going to make her stay up late at night and work on this, right?
Yeah, definitely. And also by doing that, an example that was used is why again. So why would be what hurts you. So what is actually painful at the moment that's causing you that way that, as Erin said, when you peel it back down, what actually emotionally makes you almost cry, and then the outcome, for example, is actually how when I get my wish, how would I feel? So once you've peeled right the way down to, you know, your why, and you've got to exactly every point of why you want to achieve that, is how that actually makes you feel. So to do this, you would get your customer or yourself, if you're doing it with your sponsor, to really imagine the outcome. So, you know, to say, how would that feel? And one thing is not to use really simple words like I would feel amazing, or I would feel fantastic. It would be more around, you know, would you be proud of yourself? And, you know, everyone around me would feel as if I was you know, happy. They could see it in me. They could see that I was driving for this and I finally accomplished this. And, you know, I'm grateful for the people around you that had been able to support you and see you through that. So, you know, really speak to that individual and find out how they would feel on a real deep emotional level if they'd actually had their wish come true. And then the next one, going again deeper into, you know, what may have prevented them up till now in achieving that wish. And some of the examples that, you know, may come across, you might find with people, is fear of failure, or, you know, they procrastinate, or you might find somebody that's a weekend warrior that actually now wants to start building the business, but if they open up to you and say that actually they want to do it, but truthfully they don't know where to begin. They may have 100% belief in network marketing or even Isagenix, but there may be an obstacle being their self. You know, they may be in their own way. They may be preventing their self from actually achieving that. And then you can then strip it back and go back up to your wish, your outcome. And then you can remind them about how they would feel if they were to achieve that. And then that would start to help them build that belief in their self again. Again, it may be that they don't take enough action, they don't know where to begin. And again, you know, using the new members checklist, circling back on that, that's a great tool for people to start using. So if they don't know where to begin, you can take them straight back to that. You can talk them through that again. And you can just keep reminding them of all the tools they can use if they're not sure where to begin. And then your plan. You know, is what plan have you got, or what plan can you work with your sponsor and yourself to put in place to actually take action to make your wish come true. So, for example, you know, it could be daily methods of activities that you know you have to do every day. It could be some self-belief in yourself that you need to do. So, you know, you might need to work on yourself. You might need to meditate. You might need to kind of start dreaming and visualizing yourself having achieved that wish. It could be starting to get out more. You know, we all use social media, but it may be that you need to go out more and start talking face to face, go to see, you know, school more often, see other mums, start talking to people. And it could be actually really starting to focus and drilling down on exactly what it is and making that happen. And again, Erin said that you could start making new connections with people. So we will start teaching on some of the other trainings on how you do that. So that's making friends, and that's actually putting yourself out there, which again is actually taking action. So again, you'll work with your sponsor, or if you want, then you can work with Erin or I or any of the other leaders here, and we can, you know, start putting those plans in place to help you achieve those. But the first thing is getting it down to what you really want to achieve.
That's awesome. Yeah, this whoop is really powerful. And what I like about it is that last step, the plan. Now, is there somebody here that would be open and willing to walk through the whoop with us? Do you feel a bit fuzzy on your goals? Do you feel a bit complacent? Thank you, Laura. That was really good. Laura, do you want to walk someone through the whoop? Who is open and vulnerable and willing to share maybe what their goal is? You have any takers? Unmute yourselves if you're open. Okay, no one's volunteering, so I will volunteer. Okay, Laura, this is going to be legit, so feel free to just dig down on the onion with Erin Postal. So there you go. Tables have been turned officially.
Erin, so let's chat about your wish. What is it that you want to really, if you had any option to achieve your wish, what would it be? And how would that kind of be broken down? What would it make you feel? How would it make you feel?
I have two wishes right now. Like I've reached a lot of my goals. Um, my main goal right now is to really get this team into momentum, to really help my team hit the charts again with winning contests and doubling incomes and really helping people hit momentum. Being in momentum is really, really fun when you're in this business.
And why do you want to do that, Erin? What are you hoping that will lead to if you start getting into momentum? What will that do for you? How will that make you
feel? Excuse me. I think it's important. Like for me, I hear people's dreams all the time, and for me, I want to help those come into fruition for people. Like I want to see you, for example, Laura, you're moving to Florida, you're going to be a stay-at-home mom. Like I want you to have the financial freedom that you deserve. I have people in this team that are working hard, and I want to see them become debt-free, pay their bills, be at home with their kids. Why is that important? I think because I've been able to experience that, and I want others to have what I have. I want them to experience that as well. I want them to feel that freedom.
That's amazing, Erin. And once you actually get that and that happens for you, how when you achieve your wish, how will that make you feel?
I think obviously I'll feel really happy for them. I'll feel really happy for my team, really proud of them, but I think also proud of myself. Like if truth be told, there are days where sometimes I say, like I'll be lying in bed and thinking like, how can I help these guys? Like, what do I need to do? How can I be a better leader? What can I do? So I do rack my brain for many hours in thinking and trying to do my best to help everyone. So I think I would be really freaking proud of myself actually at the end of the day too. Really happy for everybody, and also really proud of myself that I kind of cracked the code in 2019, 2020, how to build a network marketing business. I think I'd feel really proud.
That's amazing, Erin. That's really, really powerful. And, why do you think, and this is obviously a difficult question, but very important question as well. So, why do you think, if you're going to be really truthful to yourself and truthful to me, why do you think you've not gotten this wish yet? What may be holding you back or preventing you from achieving this?
Well, I do think that I have poor planning on certain things. Like I'm definitely an ideas person. I definitely get excited. I definitely love people, but implementing and following through on the little details is not my strength. That's why Wendy and I were such a good partnership at the beginning, because she was the details person. So for me, learning how to follow through on those little details that I don't want to do. I also think being open to trying new things, like learning new things. What is the main obstacle? And also, I think I've gotten lazy with my schedule, right? I think the time freedom, I need to put some more time in. I really need to go back to my 4 hours a day. I used to work from 11 to 2 consistently, and then some time in the evenings. And I guess they're looking for one obstacle. But I think I have to go back to more hours on my business at the end of the day and really commit to that.
And when you were focusing more of those hours, is that when you were seeing most momentum, most success?
I think so. Well, the funny thing about this business is when you're grinding it and working the hours, you don't really see the success right away. It takes like 6 months. It can even take a year. Like I grinded for a long time, day and night. And that's how and many of you have too, and that's how we propelled into momentum, and that's what it's going to take again. is consistent effort over a couple of months to then see, you know, if you grind it for July, August, September, by Christmas in January and February, that's when you hit momentum, right? So, I mean, I've been doing this for 8 years. I was pretty consistent for 5 years, I would say, treated this like a full-time deal. And then I just took a little bit of a rest. And, you know, I had a one-on-one with Fraser, and he said, okay, when you do it again, it's time for another run. And so that's what I'm ready for.
That's great. I mean, one of the things I picked up, obviously, you know, that was really, really, you know, authentic and honest. So, you know, let me thank you for being open with me on that. And one of the things that I noticed, or I picked up from that, is that you said that sometimes it's the poor planning, and you know, maybe that's an area that you know could be preventing you from achieving that. So if we go on to a plan, you know, we can work together on this plan, we can put this in place. You know, what is it that you would like to achieve? You know, how do you think you can tackle that poor planning in order to move forward? And also not just the poor planning, but just in general, you know, to get yourself back into momentum, the plan that you'd put in place to plan of action, really?
Well, for me, it's going to start with my schedule. So I used to be very diligent about only making appointments on Thursdays, not making any social appointments or hair, nails, lunches, socializing stuff Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Like, I really was committed to that for probably 5 years. And so really committing back to my schedule, which means planning out my week on Sundays, planning out my day the night before, being consistent with the daily activities. And we're going to teach you guys that next week. There's 10 daily activities that will grow your business. Like the story I told at the beginning of this call, doing that multiple times a day, that will create momentum. I have no doubt in my mind. So it's really the first step is that schedule and implementing those steps.
That's great, Erin. And one thing that I would add that Erin just said then is it would be really great if when you go through with your team and your upline to actually to hold yourself accountable. Again, this is if you want to. It's not obligatory. Sorry, but it'd be good if you could send it through to your sponsor, your upline, or whoever is working with you, so that again, you know, you can always circle back. So again, you know, if you're not having a great day, or great week, or great month, then, you know, having this there is, you know, an emotional connection to you and your upline, your sponsor, and whoever's working with you, so that you can hold that person accountable and you can circle back to it.
Yeah, I love it. So when, you know, for me, it's committing to that plan. So for me, my first step is committing to the schedule. That's my plan. And those daily activities, which we're going to teach next week. And then we're in a WhatsApp chat, a couple of us. And so sending you that completed form every Friday. Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay. Woohoo. Awesome. Whoop. That's good. I feel like I got a goal. I love it. So guys, Laura, thank you so much. What I'd like to invite you guys to do is do a Whoop with someone. I did 6 Whoop calls the other day. I went to Carolyn's, we did a Whoop. We made a good game plan. She started enrolling people. I made a plan with Cecily, all sorts of people. So we've been doing our Whoops. And I remember back in the day, I did 22 why calls or vision calls right before we hit momentum. So you need to do the Whoops with your upline. If you need someone, message me or Laura and we can do it with you. Okay, and get that stuff down. Now I'm going to just stop the recording and then we'll take some questions. So for those who are watching this, your job is to complete the new member checklist with anyone that you've brought into Isagenix, customer, business builder. If you haven't completed and you're watching this, if your upline hasn't, reach out to them and say, hey, I want to walk through this with you. And then secondary, if you really want to get deep and peel your onion back, do the Whoop with your leader, okay? Or if you are a leader, message someone for a Whoop call. Let's get it down on paper. Write down your people's goals, okay? And stay tuned for the next unit where we're going to talk about what are those 10 activities that you can do daily that's going to help drive your business, that's going to put you into momentum, okay? So if you want to learn more, go to isagenixbusiness.com and you can press on the Start Here button. Reach out to your upline for your Whoop call and your new member checklist, okay? Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye. Thank you, Laura.